Calling the Bristol 2-meter net. Calling the Bristol 2-meter net. This is N4NT. The name is Adam, and I will be the net control station for this session. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? The Bristol 2-meter net meets each Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the 146.67 repeater. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, the National Traffic System, and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. All amateurs are welcome to check into the net. Okay, tonight we, once again in as many weeks, we have a silent key that we need to acknowledge. WC4L, Alan Shepard, passed away on January the 18th, 2021. He was born February the 26th, 1938 in Bristol, Virginia. Alan was employed with the United States Postal Service for 41 years until his retirement in 1998, and after his retirement he worked for Brookfield Postal Uniforms for 13 years. He was an official scorer for the Appalachian Minor League Baseball team and served as a member of the Board of Directors. He was an avid amateur radio operator and was a member of MARS and ARRL programs for over 60 years. So before we begin the net, if all stations would please stand by, we will have a last call for WC4L, Alan Shepard. All stations please stand by. WC4L. 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 The Bristol Amateur Radio Club and the Bristol 2-meter net are proud to honor the memory of Alan W. Shepard, WC4L, who passed away on January the 18th, 2021, and our condolences to his family and friends. So tonight, when we ask for comments, of course, general comments are always welcome, as usual. Anyone that knew Alan is welcome to share any memories that they might have, and of course anyone else wants to pass along condolences. All those things are certainly welcome. At this time, does anyone have any announcements for the net? Okay, I'll go ahead and make one for a lot of folks that might be tuning in for the weekly net tonight that haven't already heard. At the moment, we have the 146.67 repeater back to the old Motorola repeater that it was before, so there's no tone to access, and it doesn't transmit a tone right now. And what we've done is taken the new Fusion repeater and put it at the same site, or it's still at the same site, connected to a different antenna and duplexer, and it now operates on 147.000 with a positive offset, and it is currently in full-time Fusion mode. So far it seems to be working pretty good. We are kind of tweaking on it here and there, but the final decision of whether to continue with that will, of course, course, be decided at the club meeting. But as of right now, we have 2 repeaters at the site, 146.670 analog and 147.000 C4FM fusion. All right, we'll now begin taking check-ins from any mobiles or portables. Any mobile or portable stations, please call.
KT4SQ, Dale in Bristol. Please check me in tonight. In and out tonight, Al. Thanks.
KL1ZA, Jim in Bristol.
KO4, KUK, Brian in Abingdon.
Net Control, please check in and out. Kilo Tango 4, Romeo Sierra, Quebec, Stephen in Bristol.
Okay, we picked up KT4SQ, that's Dale in Bristol. He's in and out tonight. Thanks for joining us, Dale. After that, we had KL1ZA Jim, KO4KUK Brian, and KT4RSQ, that's Stephen. He's in and out tonight. Thanks for joining us, Stephen. All right, so let's go ahead and get some comments from the mobile portable stations, and then we'll go to regular check-ins. So let's start now with KL1ZA. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Adam and the rest of the net. This is KL1ZA. Never really talked to Alan on the air. I talked to him at meetings and really liked the guy a lot. I knew he hadn't been well for a little while, and I'm just glad he's at peace. This is KL1ZA.
Okay, Jim, thanks for the comments. And yeah, I'm the same way. I never really talked to him on the air. And in fact, it jogged my memory when I saw his picture that I actually saw him quite a bit and knew him quite well, but I was always terrible with names sometimes. So yeah, but you know, I got to see the picture there and recall. But appreciate the comments and checking in. And up next we have KO4KUK Brian in Abingdon, Virginia. I think I've heard you on the air some today while I was listening, but I believe this might be your first time checking in with us, and from the call and everything, new to the hobby, so welcome aboard, and we're glad to have you. Go ahead with any comments you'd like to make.
Yeah, Roger, thanks for the opportunity. I've only had my license a couple weeks. Just now have a radio that'll reach out to the repeater there in Bristol. Appreciate the opportunity to participate. Look forward to, talking to you guys in the future. KO4, KOK.
All right, Brian, thanks for checking in. We're here every week. Glad to have you, and welcome to this great hobby. All right, that brings us to the end of the mobile and portable stations. We'll now open it up for regular check-ins. Any stations, please call now.
WD4JJ, Emmett in Bristol. KO4EVG, Chester in Bristol, Tennessee. N4KZS, November 4, Kilo Zulu Sugar, Gary, Piney Flats.
November 4 X-Ray Romeo Delta, Ralph in Chilhowie, Virginia. Good evening, Adam.
WA4JCF Wayne in Bristol, Tennessee. Good evening.
Kilo Delta 4 Whiskey Mike X-Ray, KD4W Max, Cannon Quiet Lodi.
Net Control, please check in KD4CCO, Dallas, Bristol.
All right, let me, and real quick before I forget, I forgot to mention on that, the digital repeater 147.000, if you're just hearing this or what have you, just you can put your radio in VFO mode and tune to that frequency, and most radios will automatically give you the positive offset in that portion of the band, and there are no tones to access a digital repeater, so it doesn't recognize that type of tone or anything, so if you just put it over there and put it in digital mode, you should be good to go. All right, we had WD4JJ, Jim, WE4AWJ, Emmett, KO4EVG, Chester, N4KZS, Gary, N4XRD, Ralph, and WA4JCF, Wayne, KD4WMX, Ken, and KD4CCO, Dallas. And before I forget to mention Dallas, I didn't look at my radio, but it almost sounded like you might have been on the output frequency. I could be wrong, but it sounded like just a simplex shot over my direction, if you want to check that. Well, let's go back up for some comments, and when we go through these, we'll take some more check-ins. We'll start with WD4JJ. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Adam. N4NT. And group, nice net here this evening, WD4JJ. Well, we're trying to stay dry and warm, for one thing. We're trying to breathe a little bit, too. This weather kind of rough. But it's been a rough couple of weeks on me. But anyhow, you're talking about Alan Shepard, WC4L. I know Alan for years. He was one of the group that we always met for our Thursday night dinner. And, of course, when he worked for the post office, when he was delivering mail, he used to run my route down here. And his favorite was to, on his lunch period, when I was getting my QST, he would read it before he'd give it to me, so he could always tell me what was in it. Alan's a fine fellow. Like I said, I've known him for quite a few years, so peace will be with him. That's about all I've got here, just, like I say, trying to breathe and stay alive. N4NT, WD4JJ.
All right, Jim, thanks for checking in tonight, and we appreciate the comments. Up next, we have Emmett, WE4AWJ, in Bristol, Virginia. Go ahead, Emmett.
Well, good evening, Adam, and everybody on the net, and our good cadre of listeners. This is WE4AWJ. Well, it has been a pretty day, finally. Felt more like spring than it did winter, but we're going to get winter back pretty soon. And we've just not been doing nothing but staying in and trying to stay healthy. And yeah, I remember Alan from the meetings back when the club was just a few people. I remember sitting around with a table and then other meetings and at our dinners. I remember him being at our dinners and talking about the postal service as well. He was a good member of the club and did a lot of good things. Of course, he's going to be missed, and our condolences always to the family, and appreciate his participation. Well, that's pretty much it with me, and we wish everybody 73 and stay safe. And turn it back to net control. This is WE4AWJ.
All right, Emmett, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the comments. Up next, we have KO4EVG, Chester in Bristol, Tennessee. Go ahead, Chester.
Good evening, Adam. Been absent for a while. Health's not been good, but we seem to be getting a little better. Condolences to his family. Just being a newbie, I've never met him. But I always hate to hear of a long-time hound passing on. That craft of Morse code seems to me like it's going away with the newer users. So I know he'll definitely be missed. And again, condolences to his family. That's about all I've got tonight, Adam. Back to you in net control. EVG, or KO-EVG. This is Chester and Bristol.
All right, Chester. Thanks for checking in tonight, and glad to have you back there, and hope you're feeling better. Up next, we have Gary in for KZS. Go ahead, Gary.
And for KZS, the net. Good evening, everyone. Good to hear all the amateurs checking in tonight. Make a mention of Alan. We go back a long ways. I got my ticket in '83, and that's when I first met Alan. And we've played around with a lot of different modes and slow scan TV and all kinds of stuff. Ready. He was a real big part of my amateur life, I guess, with several other people. I'm not sure how long Alan has been licensed, but I don't. You might have read it there, and I didn't catch it, but he's been around a long time as an amateur radio operator. Good guy. Sharing a lot of his knowledge with new hams, active in the club when he could be, field days, all that sort of thing. And I'd say he's in a better place now, been able to string some antennas or whatever he wants to do there without any health issues. So we're going to miss him. He'd definitely be missed in the ham world and as my personal friend. Anyway, with that, we'll say 73s and turn it back to net control.
Okay, Gary, thanks for checking in and appreciate those comments. And yeah, that's a good point to be made right there. It's just when you've got good Elmers like that and mentors in the hobby, appreciate them while you got them. I've certainly had quite a few, and over the years, and even after many years in the hobby, picking up some as I go along. All right, up next we have N4XRD, Ralph. Yeah, Ralph, I tell you what, you sounded, I don't know if you're on a different radio or if it's because of our change in the repeater, but your signal and audio and stuff was a little bit better or a little louder, I guess, than what I'm used to. So it might just be where we've changed this repeater over. But anyway, go ahead, Ralph.
N4NT and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. N4XRD. Well, I'm on the same radio. I'm on a hand mic, and I'm probably closer to it and speaking across it. But anyway, everything else is pretty much the same here. Maybe my articulation's just better. Seems like I'm feeling better these days. Sorry to hear of Alan's passing. I didn't know the gentleman, but I owe very, very much to the older hams that I've been in contact with and who have helped me in so many ways. And I mourn his passing and extend my sympathy to his family and all of his loved ones, and even those who just knew him as an acquaintance, I'm sure are touched by his passing. N4NT, N4XRD.
Okay, Ralph, thanks for checking in and appreciate the comments. Up next we have Wayne, WA4JCF. Go ahead, Wayne.
Thanks, Adam. This is WA4 at JCF. Oh my goodness, yeah, I guess at my age, we're talking about Alan Shepard. My memory is starting to revive of him. I remember being on the driving a mail truck, being in a post office. I'm sure that he and I have interacted quite a bit. It'll probably take me a while for my memories to revive in that area, but I'm sure that I will greatly miss him. I believe my memories of him are more in my subconscious mind, but it seemed like back in those histories, maybe in the late 60s, early 70s, I did a few things for the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. I think I maybe even been president for a year, and maybe emergency coordinator at other times, and I think maybe club treasurer at other times. But anyway, I've have some memories of the club, but anyway, I will see if I can figure out how to get on the 147 000. I do have memories of CW. The way the CW ID is on the repeater, looks like it's been slowed down. But in order for somebody that's not used to CW to copy it, the codes in the letters need to speed up a little bit, but the space between the letters needs to increase. That gives you mind a little more time to grasp the letter that was just sent. It's just one of those things. Don't worry about it too much. I just decided to make a comment on it. I can still read it, but it's about at the same difficulty level as reading it before it was slowed down. Anyway, it's just a comment. Don't worry about it too much. N4NT and thanks a lot. This is WA4JCF.
Okay, Wayne, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the comments. I was going to let you know there's a little bit of hum in your signal there. I don't know if you're connected like to the if it's your power supply or if you've got it plugged into and with the having a brain fade there, the wall thingamajig. It might be a possibility there, but yeah, this the Motorola repeater, the code is a little bit slower on the ID, but we're working on getting the commands and stuff to be able to kind of change some of that and hopefully get it tweaked on here in the next little bit. All right, up next we have Ken, KD4WMX in quiet Lodi, Virginia. Good evening, Ken.
Well, good evening, Adam. This is KD4WMX, and it is quiet in Lodi, the way I like it. That's why I call it Quiet Lodi. And I never knew Alan, but I will send deepest sympathies to the family and his friends that did know him, and I'm sure he'll be missed. I'm like the other fellow said, it's sad when we lose any ham, so. But nothing else to report, so I'll say 73 to everybody, and I'm going to turn it back to N4NT, Net Control. This is KD4, WMX, clear.
All right, Ken, thanks for checking in tonight and appreciate the comments. Up next we have Dallas, KD4CCO in Bristol, Virginia. Good evening, Dallas.
Stand by. I'm getting some RS back into my computer somehow. So there, I got rid of it. This has been one of those days when things just don't go right, and everything is. Most everything I've done today has been wrong. You're right about when I first checked in, I was on the simplex, and I don't know how that happened because I went back and checked the program, and it was right, but the radio was wrong. So anyway, I'll fix it when the net's over with. And I want to say a few words about Alan. I've sat into many Bristol Amateur Radio Club meetings, and he was there, and he was an interesting person, to say the least. I don't think I ever talked to him on the radio. Maybe on this repeater at some point in time, but I remember him well. Fond memories. I guess that's about it from over here, and I hope I'm on the right frequency this time. This is KD4CCO.
Okay, Dallas. Yeah, you were good that time, and I don't know if it's your FT991. Mine plays tricks on me like that too. I called about half the digital net one night on the output of the repeater before I realized what happened. But yeah, it's one of those things. All right, that brings us to the bottom of the check-in list. Is there anyone else that would like to check in?
Net Control, please check in. Kilo Echo 4, Whiskey Mike, Lima, Bradley, in Bristol, Virginia.
All right, we got KE4WML, Bradley. Bradley, we'll go ahead and turn it over to you for some comments there. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Adam and everybody else on the net. Sitting here fiddling with one of my handhelds. It's an APRS handheld. And for some reason it won't beacon anymore. I don't know what happened. I haven't changed anything in the menu, but it will not beacon. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I did not know Alan, but from what it sounds like, he was a gentleman and a scholar, and he will be missed. Any loss in the amateur radio fraternity or brethren is a huge loss. And as Forrest Gump says, that's about all I have to say about that. I hear we're expecting snow tomorrow. I'm not sure how much, but probably a dusting. I hope it's no more than that anyway. And I'm back on my FTM 100 Delta. I had to send it off. The PA went bad in it, and they paid for the shipping, fixed it, and sent it back. However, I'm not sure totally 100% that it's the one I sent to them. It looks awfully good, almost like a new one out of the box, but they just might have cleaned mine up, I don't know, but it looks strangely better than it did when I sent it out. Not that it looked bad in the first place. But anyway, I digress, and I'm starting to ramble. I'll let you go, and I hope everybody has a good week, or what's left of it, and thanks for letting me in. Back to you, Adam. N4NT, KE4WML, 73.
Okay, Bradley, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the comments tonight. All right, that's bottom of the list once again. Is there anyone else that would like to check in before we close?
Net Control, please check in K4TEG.
Okay, we got, I believe it was K4TEG. Is that David? We'll go ahead and turn it over to you for some comments.
Yeah, Roger. It's Dave over here in Bluntville. I was just flipping through the channels here and heard you all in there. Thought I'd just get checked in.
Okay, well we appreciate you stopping by and joining us. Did you have anything additional?
No, not tonight, I guess. Like I said, I was just rolling through and was listening a little bit, and just thought I'd get checked in there tonight. If I get your call sign and what net this is, I'll get it wrote down in my logbook.
Okay, my call sign is N4NT, November 4, November Tango, and this is the Bristol 2-meter net, and we're here every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, and then usually at 9:30 over on 147.000. If you have a fusion-capable radio, we have a net over there following this one, and the C4 FM digital mode.
Okay, I appreciate you coming back to me. And I don't have the digital mode for fusion capability, so I'll just have to relegate to the analog over.
Okay, well, feel free to join us each Tuesday night. We'll be here. Chris, K4XMN is the usual net controller, and I'm filling in tonight. But we'll see if there's is there any other stations that would like to check in before we close.
Net control, please check in Alpha Echo 4 Echo India.
Okay, we got AE4EI. I believe that's Eric. You want to go ahead with some comments?
I ain't got much to say. I appreciate you doing the net, and it's working real good over here in Unicoi. Got a good copy on everybody, and y'all have a good night. 73, stay warm. AE4EI.
Okay, well, we appreciate you checking in. All right, is there any other check-ins before we close? Okay, I'm going to do a quick close here because I need to get over to the other net since I'm doing double duty tonight. We had a total number of 17 check-ins, and we want to thank everybody for taking the time to check in. And this is N4NT closing the Bristol 2-meter net at 9:32 p.m. and returning the W4UD repeater back to normal amateur use. 7-3 and good night.